Welcome, girlies. How are you guys? This is weekly check-in. This can apply to you on a personal level, on an energetic level, on an emotional level. Okay. This can be speaking to who you're going to be dealing with in the next upcoming week. All right. Chronological events may vary. Okay. Everybody's different. So please take what applies to you and leave the rest. And we can get started. Let me go ahead and spray the decks and we can see what's going on for you guys in the next upcoming week from whenever you tap in. These messages are timeless. If you guys would like to follow or oh man, if you guys would like to subscribe, there we go. Go ahead and subscribe so that way you won't miss any of the live streams or any uploads that are coming up soon. I just saw angel number 111. For those of you that would like to see more content of mine, go ahead and check out my other social media platforms. I also have a different channel called Micahstar Psychic 444. Go check out that channel as well because I will be uploading over there more frequently. All right, let's get started. I think I'm going to start with the channeled cards first. We'll see what comes out for you guys. Is there anything that they need to know at this time? Is there anything that they need to know at this time? Is there anything that they need to know at this time? Don't mind the little burn mark that I have on my table. All right, let's see. Signs of karma. All right, this upcoming week, pay attention to signs of karma. This could be for you or for the people that you're dealing with. I don't necessarily feel, first and foremost, that it is you, but take what resonates, okay? Karmic results come in due to black magic and dark arts. Either purchase or perform against someone innocent. This was done with ill intention, all right? And again, like I said, I don't feel like this is you guys, Crowley. Okay, Crowley's, I don't feel like it's you, but I was picking up this, and I want to say 2-3 days ago, I was picking this energy up, and I've been picking it up lately a lot heavily. There's a lot of like ill intentions up in the air recently, so be careful, like who you interact with, right? Who you interact with, all right? It's like we have that either they purchased it or they performed it. So we're definitely dealing with someone that is very much aware of dark magic and dark energy and what to do with it and what it can do and the consequences and things of that nature. All right. This person is not in alignment. And I'm also seeing that you conquered those spiritual demons. So in the past week, this is like a little recap. In the past week, you guys could have been going through some sort of attack of sorts. In this upcoming week, you can expect to conquer those spirits you're dealing with for however long you were dealing with them. You will have a shift in your mindset. So whatever mindset that you did have, you're shifting now into a more positive mindset. So I'm seeing like higher thoughts, higher thought forms is actually going to be bringing lessons for you guys in the next upcoming week. You're being guided and encouraged to kill off the fear mongering mindsets. So if there is, yeah, I'm hearing if there is anyone or any platform, okay, anyone or any platform, any specific person or group that is creating the state of angst to you, all right, or for you, bringing you the state of anxiety, bringing you the state of confusion, making you panic, making you frustrated, basically like all the lower vibrational emotions. And actually, let me like pull up the chart real quick for you guys, because there is actually a chart, lower vibration emotions chart. Okay, here we go. So this is what it would look like. Hold on. Let's get a little bit better image there. Okay, so this is exactly what it would look like. Give it a second to kind of zoom in. This is the emotional frequency chart. Some of you guys may need to do some research on what the emotional frequency chart is, okay? And what hurts to utilize. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure that I try to save this. I'm gonna save this right now, and I'm gonna put this image as the image for this reading, so you guys can kind of look at it and get familiar with it. Someone was trying to put you in the lower frequency emotional spectrum of that chart when you're actually supposed to be in a higher frequency. So you may need to, and it comes with like the different types of frequencies that you can also listen to, meditate with, or just have in the background while you're just chilling at home, right? You don't have to necessarily be meditating to listen to these frequencies. Like you can clean with the frequencies, you can take a shower with the frequencies, you get what I'm saying? You can, I don't know, wash dishes with the frequencies, you can drive your car with the frequencies, right? So you just want to make sure that you're staying at a higher vibrational frequency. And if someone does, for whatever reason, in the next 7 days, put you in a lower frequency, and you know, we're all human, we all have feelings, and that's fine. Feelings are, you know, very interchangeable and adaptable. You know, they're very flexible. And so that being said, it is okay to be pissed or upset or crying, but to stay in that energy is not good for the soul. It's not good for the spirit. It's not good for the mind. It's not good for the heart, right? And so it also does things to the physical body. So you need to kill that fear mindset, fear mongering mindset, anything that brings anxiety, confusion, right? So renew your mind every day. How do you do this? Renewing your mind every day would be doing one new thing every single day, whatever it is. It might be very, very small. It might be a new meal. It might be introducing yourself to new content or to a new song or a new book or a new podcast or a new environment. Okay. Just do something that is going to open up your mind. Okay. It's not going to keep it stuck in a certain frequency or a certain, like, you don't want stagnation. Anything else? All right. And actually, I grabbed it like this. So time's up. Time's up. Time is up. Next 7 days, time is up. Day of retribution. So when you're watching this, time's up. Like, you're not waiting until the end of the next 7 days for this to happen. Time's up is exactly when you're watching this. So whoever's been doing this, they can no longer do this anymore. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, you got to go. OMG, y'all. It's, you guys know, for those of you that watched the last, I think it was like the second to last reading that we did recently, you guys had the yellow light, and now you guys have the green light. Now you guys have the green light. That is amazing. So whatever you were sitting there waiting on, whatever, like, especially if you guys watched that one already, if you didn't, you may need to watch that one and then watch this one so that way you could understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Because there may be messages over there for you guys. When I created the Go Traffic Light channeled message, it was really supposed to be kind of like a, yes, everything's good. You can continue to go. There's nothing going to stop you. There's nothing going to slow you down, right? And so whatever you thought was going to slow you down or stop you, or whatever this fear-mongering mindset is here that's creating this stagnation in your mind, in your energy, making you feel like you're not supposed to continue. Yes, you are. Keep going. Go, 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 go. Don't slow down. Do not slow down. This is the perfect time to, in fact, continue your speed. All right, continue your speed. Maybe, speed up a little bit. I mean, let's not speed, but still. And I'm talking about, of course, whatever your plans, goals, and ambitions are, whatever your inspirations are, okay, whatever your vision board goals are, whatever your manifestations are, go, go, go. All right. Whew. Trust your intuition. That's what they were messing with. They were messing with, this is a red alarm. This is a warning. Your ancestors are warning you. This karma is not yours. This karma is for the people or the energies that have been messing with you through people. Okay, this is a red alarm. Okay, so the siren is going off for you guys. You need to trust your intuitive nudges. All right, because that's what they wanted you not to do. They wanted you to go against yourself. They wanted you to go against what you already felt was true. All right, somebody could be going to the doctor's office, or someone should be going to the doctor's office. All right. So for those of you, you haven't been to a checkup for a while, it's time to call your doctor's office. Make sure you get a checkup, check in with your doctors and stuff like that. All right. It doesn't have to be something terrible, but I am seeing here with the doctor's office right underneath the black magic and dark arts, somebody wanted you to get real sick. Somebody wanted you to get very, very sick. Someone wanted you to get some sort of illness. This can also be with dark magic, dark arts. When it comes to doctors, this is like, this is root work doctors. This is like somebody tried to perhaps do some sort of death magic or something like that. Or, and the death magic might not necessarily be towards you. It could be towards some of your goals, or like something like maybe your manifestations or something that you've been working on. Okay, so take what resonates here. Let's see what else. Something significant about mid-December, December 15th, December 22nd, December 23rd, December 26th, December 27th, or the 28th. Okay, there's something significant in regards to that time frame. Maybe this is around the time that they were doing this. Okay, we have spiritual attachment here. I feel like you conquered some sort of spiritual demons that came through a spiritual attachment of an ex. Okay, I'm seeing an ex here, someone who may have broke your heart. Okay, you guys were experiencing some sort of symptoms like pain or tension, tightness within your body. This is a form of an attachment. You have been carrying soul fragments of another person that is actually alive. This is not, someone that passed away. This is like, sometimes we can have energetic ties and soul ties and bonds with people that are living and deceased, right? And so that being said, energy is fluid. Just because the spirit realms, they don't have physical vessels, doesn't mean that we can't feel their energy, and vice versa. Just because people are in physical vessels doesn't mean that we can't feel their energy, because in essence, we're still energy, right? So there is someone that you had a deep connection to, that could have put you in a negative mindset at some point in time, that could have introduced this fear mindset to you through breaking your heart, whenever that was. It doesn't have to mean that, you guys recently went through a breakup. It could have been, a long time ago that happened, right? Whoever that person is that broke your heart, that ex, they've been kind of lingering in your energy for a really long time. And so for some of you, I'm seeing like sometimes when you do cord extractions or cord removals or cord cuttings and stuff like that, and the contract is not finished, the cords end up regrowing. They end up reattaching. The person ends up popping back up, right? And sometimes that doesn't mean that the person doesn't want to let go. Sometimes it means that the contract is not finished. There's something that didn't finish. It could be a lesson of some sort. And the lesson can be on their end, it could be on your end. Someone may have needed to say something. There could have needed to be some sort of closure. And no, not every time you need any type of closure from situations. But if it is a soul contract, sometimes certain soul contracts are supposed to finish in a certain way, right? There's a difference between are you done and are you finished? If you're done something, something is complete. But if you're finished something, there's no need to redo it again. Okay? Right? So if you're done something that's like a thing, I don't know, for some reason they're giving me the analogy of cooking food. When you're finished cooking food, you're finished, right? You're finished. But when you are done, right, preparing the food, now you can consume it, right? There's something about that. That's interesting. Okay. That is very interesting. What else? There's something there. I don't know. Maybe you guys need to look up like the difference between being done and being finished when it comes to contracts. Okay. Look, the paranoia is a part of confusion magic, y'all. I'm not. All right, it's building the picture. You guys see it? All right, it's a part of confusion magic. Spell casted against you for you to remain unaware. And again, that goes right hand in hand. Let's put this right here with the intuition, and they're warning you like that paranoia is not yours. Like, is there really a practical reason for you to be anxious? Is there a practical reason for you to be worried? Is there a practical reason for you to be second guessing yourself or second guessing your options or avoiding to make a decision or avoiding to proceed? No, you have the go, you have the green light. But that's what they want. That's what they want from you. They want you to second guess yourself so that way you do not continue. You do not evolve. You do not grow. You do not succeed. Right. And a lot of these energies, like, some of you guys like, well, I'm not sure if I know somebody that does dark arts or black magic. I have never got the confirmation. Sometimes, like I've said before, evil eye is also a form of dark magic. It's wishing ill on someone, not liking someone. So dark arts doesn't mean that someone has to light a candle or put you in a jar, right? Dark arts is to say something very, very nasty. There was a period of time where I'm just gonna say because I don't like to talk about it, but I am very aware of the fact that when I was pregnant with my kids, someone was wishing ill. They wanted my child to die before it was born. Okay, that's a form of evil eye. If somebody doesn't want you to have a kid, or somebody doesn't want you to have a kid with somebody, or someone doesn't want you to procreate at all, or someone doesn't want you to be married, or someone doesn't want you to succeed them, meaning like you're more successful than them. They don't care if you're successful, but they just don't care. They don't want you to I'm saying like they don't want you to make more money than them, or they don't want you to be more recognized than them. And so like that comes from evil eye. Okay. And evil eye, is a very, very toxic type of energy. So you got to be careful with who you share plans with and who you talk to openly about things that are very, very emotional. Like, be careful who you're vulnerable with is something that I'm hearing here. Okay. Because just because a lot of people, I'm seeing a lot of bonding over like, oh man, I like doing that, or I go to that store, or I know that person, or I follow that person. There's something about likeness or interest that someone is trying to use as coercion to convince you to do things that you should not be doing, and you have the green light. And so like there's something about like, oh no, don't do that, oh no, don't, like there's something wrong with that, or if you do that, this is going to happen, right? And then you end up thinking or overthinking about those planted seeds of confusion, right? There's something there about that. Okay. All right, let me get the last few of the channel cards, and we can get straight into the tarot, like, because I am really interested in the who, what, when, where, and why the heck is this happening? Okay. All right, you guys. All right. This is not the time to focus on a romantic relationship. All right. Flat out. All right. Business related incoming news in the bottom of the deck. Awesome. You guys let me know if you guys want some more money messages and career messages. We'll probably do that for the next go around. Okay. So, what I'm seeing here is you have been overpouring your cup and it's time to refill yourself, right? Refill your heart, refill your mind, refill your body, all right, refill your spiritual energy. And so, if you feel like you just wanted to pull back all the way and you thought that maybe you were running, but in reality, you're not running, you're not avoiding. In fact, you're actually filling yourself up. This is like the time where you put your phone on D&D, when you're not really scrolling so much heavily on social media, you don't want to leave the house, you don't want to possibly sometimes, not all the time, but you don't want to leave, let's say, your comfy chair or your comfy spot in the bed, or, you're kind of like very comfortable. This is what they didn't want you to be. They didn't want you to be in the energy of comfort. Okay. And so this is someone that wants you to be uncomfortable, stressed out, tired, exhausted, and continuously overworking. Okay. You need to focus on your body. All right. I'm saying your body, vessel, your temple. Okay. So make sure that you have TLC for your body, and that could be just your lifestyle. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Do you need a hot shower, a hot bath, right? Do you need a massage? Do you need to do you need to do like a whole body scrub situation and make sure that you do your self-care? Do you need to kind of sit down and read a book? That's funny because I have my book right here. Do you need to sit down and read a book? Do you I don't know, do you need to clear your mind? Do you need to stop thinking about what you've been planning for a while and just distract yourself? Not necessarily avoid. Again, this is different. This is taking care of yourself. You don't want to stay in the energy of thinking and thinking and thinking, because then you'll have like a whole breakdown, right? You're just like, oh my God, I can't think anymore, right? So you want to get out of that, like get out of your head, right? So somebody's like using the shadow attributes of the third eye and the shadow attributes of the crown chakra to mess with you, the lower frequencies, right? So you want to make sure that you work on your root chakra, that you work on your sacral chakra, that you work on your solar plexus, right? And then work your way back up to the crown and the root again, back and forth, all the way until you feel more comfortable. This will be a perfect time for those of you that feel really connected to working with energy and transmuting energy and cleansing, and possibly working with Reiki, or working with guided meditations, or reconnecting with a spiritual advisor, or a spiritual mentor, perhaps doing some sort of therapy, whether it be physical or whether it be therapeutic in terms of, just talking to somebody, coaching, like getting someone to coach you through something or teach you something so that way you can continue to evolve, right? Sometimes it could be podcasts, sometimes it could be just linking up with certain people that are more experienced than you, right? So focus on those particular things is what I'm seeing here. That's going to help you, to shift yourself back. In frequency of love, okay, so that way then you can thrive in a romantic connection, because I also saw that if you're not in the right frequency in regards to love, you will not attract the right connections in terms of love either. So you want to make sure that you are in the highest frequency, and the highest frequency of love is not judgment, it is not ridicule, it is not criticism, and I'm not talking about other people, baby, I'm talking about yourself. Okay, so separate yourself to connect back with your own needs at this time. Because if you know exactly what you need, then when you're speaking to your partner, whoever that partner may be, even if you don't have that partner, that future partner, you would know exactly what to say, what you need, and how you would like. And then you can ask that person, what do you need from me, right? But if you cannot answer what you need in a relationship versus what you want and desire, then it's going to kind of throw you off course. Okay, that being said, let's get into the tarot. So time's up. Let's get into that message. What is up with that time's up message? Time's up in regards to what? Time's up in regards to what? Time's up in regards to what? Thank you. That's funny because that actually fell right on top of the cosmic, and this is the high priestess. So I'm gonna take it. Time's up. Cosmic insight. Clarify that high priestess energy. Time's up. Secrets revealed. Time's up. Whatever's hidden comes out. All right. Time's up. If something was exposed, something is being put back behind the scenes, which that kind of makes sense for you, right? If you were like out there and out and about and your energy was so easily to hang on to and cling on to, now it's kind of like you're shifting back into the darkness, not necessarily to stay in the darkness, but to gain comfort and more knowledge, self-awareness of yourself. Okay. Clarify the high priestess. And the high priestess have this energy of duality, kind of like the chariot card has duality as well. So there's something about like something coming into a balance or rectification. We have communicates, and of course we have they'll be back in the bottom of the deck. All right. So time's up. Somebody has to say something to you. Whatever was hidden has to come out. Time's up. Somebody has to compromise with you. Someone has to speak up. So expect to hear from somebody soon in the next upcoming week. All right. Time's up. Whatever you've been hiding, you have to reveal. And with the high priestess, this gives this the very, very major energy of intuition, right? So this is not like how the Page of Cups may be or the Queen of Cups may be, right? The Page of Cups will be starting to develop this type of intuition. The Queen of Cups is kind of like mastering and being very well skilled with the intuition. The High Priestess is like I'm I know when I'm right, whether or not I have no facts and I have no receipts. I just know. Okay. We have the Sun card and the Queen of Swords here with the Time's Up energy. I will say that again, with the exposure and the Queen of Swords, you're going to be able to see clearly what you need to remove. You're going to be able to see clearly exactly what you need to decide, exactly how you need to address a situation. Okay. Yeah. You're going to be able to know whether you're supposed to be objective or subjective in a situation. Let's clarify that Queen of Swords in regards to Time's Up. You know, I'm also getting like this energy of like Time's Up. This is the last conversation. Ace of Wands. Okay. It's like somebody comes in and they message you or they call you or they try to communicate with you somehow, some form of communication here. Doesn't necessarily matter how. And they try to communicate with you. Something gets exposed. This person tries to make you happy because the Sun card is a very happy, joyous card. But she doesn't look happy when this arrives. This is like, I'm ready. Like I am about to lay down the sword. Like I'm about to like go ahead and ha-cha. You know what I'm saying? And this person decides to have a conversation with you. Okay. They can travel towards you. They have some sort of plans. The Three of Wands is here. Okay. With the Wheel of Fortune, something is changing, something is shifting. Someone wants to change their plans, all right, in regards to you. When they approach you and they have this conversation with you, maybe they want to change course with you, okay? All right, clarify they'll be back. Clarify they'll be back. We have Pisces and Leo energy as well as air sign female energy, okay? This is who you could be dealing with or who's in your energy. All right, we have the Hangman again with that Piscean energy. I feel like whoever's coming back, you guys took a pause. You took a okay. So this could be again. This is falling right on the ex that's holding on to you. Maybe you took a break with the person. You took a breather, or that happened in the past. Okay, whoever this person is. Like there was a break between the both of you guys for whatever reason, and this person wants to come back to talk about something with you. This person's looking at you. They're still attracted to you. They look at you. You're very confident. So they could be a little intimidated in having a conversation with you. Okay. You look a little fierce. That's what I'm saying. You look a little fierce so far. Very well calculated. Like they know you're not stupid. They know that you're very intelligent, and they have this inkling of the fact that you're very spiritual on top of that. And so like they feel like this message that I also get this carrot on the stick, like they're dangling this message in front of you, the Knave of Coins, something that they should have said a long time ago, something that they should have did a long time ago, and they finally dangle it in front of you, and you're ready to cut it off. And now I'm saying this energy of if the carrot is dangling off of the stick, are you trying to cut the person's arm off, or are you trying to cut the string off? I don't know. You guys let me know how that works out in the next 7 days. It's like, I don't know. Especially because that snake energy, the Justice card is here. Yeah, somebody's trying to right their wrongs, like trying to rectify something, right? But I also see here with the time's up, that is justice. Time's up, time for justice. All right, Leo energy here, 5 of Wands. There could have been some sort of conflict. There could have been some sort of competition. There could have been some sort of chaotic energies. And again, with the chaotic illusion is coming from, that's where the Panera, who eats from Panera? Who eats Panera? Next 7 days, somebody could be like, I want some Panera. You might drive by some Panera or something. Okay. Maybe this person eats Panera. But that being said, right, there was some issues with the paranoia, okay, the paranoia, the anxiety, and all of that, okay, and that's where that energy was coming from, that lower vibrational energy. The other thing that I'm kind of seeing slightly here and like is the exposure of the fact that somebody was getting worked on, not just you, right? Somebody else that could have been tied to you. Perhaps this person was also being manipulated energetically through dark arts or the evil eye, or let's say a karmic partner or something like that, or someone that they were having issues legally with, a legally binding contract. Legally binding contracts could be like some sort of negotiation, some sort of business situation, or it could also be, because we're all talking romantically right next, perhaps they were tied to someone that they may have owed something to, legally, or they may have been connected to maybe perhaps a son, a child. All right, because the sun card is also a boy. What else am I seeing here? But they're like these secrets are being exposed of like where the conflict, where the beef, where this energy is actually coming from, and this has been a really long time. Okay, with the 10 of Wands in the bottom of the deck, that has been stressing you the heck out. It's been creating these obligations, creating these issues, creating these heavy energy. All right. So it could definitely be like legal ties to family. It could be definitely energetic ties. It could be soul ties to another family or a soul family or something like that. There's something happening. Let me see what is underneath the 10 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is here. The 7 of Wands talks about having boundaries. So in the next upcoming week, you need to make sure that you have a good protected home, protect your own vessel, again, body vessel. So make sure that you are protecting yourself. Protection baths, cleansing baths, a protection candle, just protecting your energy. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a whole ritual, y'all. Sometimes it's just like envisioning yourself sealed in a white light, or sealed with, golden roses, or a blue flame or a purple flame. Somebody may need a purple or violet activation flame of protection. Okay, I do that for my Reiki clients. So again, another confirmation with the Reiki may be needed. Let me split that to see what's in the middle. There's a major transformation. So again, time's up. The death card with time's up equals an ending. Okay, this is the ending. This is the last form of communication. This is the last comeback. Let's see what is underneath. They'll come back. Someone else is in the reverse. Okay, so that's exposing the fact that maybe they didn't say that there was somebody else, but there was, and it comes out, right? or maybe they were not aware, or you were not aware that there was another party involved, and there was, and it gets exposed. Okay, someone trying to sabotage something, hiding the fact that they were there to sabotage something, and the sabotaging tactics with the, again, with the Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands, of what was creating the very heavy energy, that was successful for some time. Don't get it messed up. It was successful for some time, but it doesn't mean that it's still successful in the next upcoming week. It's just an exposure of it, right? It's just the knowledge of this coming out. Okay. So this can also impact like moving situations as well. This is why you couldn't move, or this is why someone's having issues with moving somewhere, some which way you're placed. Okay. Let's get some more details. What's going on here? Let's explain what is going on here with these spells casted against my Crowllies, my viewers. Okay, for those that are new here, that's what I call you guys. It's a term of endearment. All right. Spells casted against the Crowllies, for them to be, for them to remain aware. Wow, that's a lot. I'm gonna take it. But I'm gonna put it right back. Okay, we have mistakes. So there's something here in regards to you being more focused on mistakes, understandings, misunderstanding people, people misunderstanding you, getting into the victim mentality. Okay, is another thing that is here. Okay, we have time, issues with time. Okay, unaware of when to do something, how quickly to do something. All right. Unaware of the cycles that you're going through, the repetitive cycles, unaware of, where the emotionally instability is coming from, or how you're being affected emotionally, right? Because you were being affected through this sometime. You have possibilities, unaware of the fact that you could take major risks and shift your odds into more positive odds. Because I'm seeing, you're unaware that you were already free. You were a free spirit. This was a confusion magic that put this illusion on top of you that you could not. So this is like this energy that puts you in the Eight of Swords, making you think that, oh, I can't do anything. And how am I going to get out of this situation, or how I'm going to problem solve this, or, I have no idea what the solution is. And so you're so scared about moving that you'll lose anything, or that you'll be wrong, or that you don't do anything. That was a part of this paranoia, this confusion magic. Okay. They didn't want you to see the possibilities of how to get yourself out of situations, right? Again, with the obsession, the obsessive thoughts, the over compulsive thoughts, whether that be negative thoughts, over criticism of yourself, over criticism of how you already did handle the situation, and then it didn't work, right? And so constantly like staying addicted to trying to figure out how to get out of the same situation, and then the cycle happened again. All right. Obsessed about a particular emotion. So this is like harnessing a specific emotion over and over and over and over again, whether it be constant crying, or constant agitation, or constant anger, or constant blowouts, or, this is like that energy, right? That crash out energy, right? Cycles of people coming around that are addicted to your energy versus fulfilled. They take. So energetic vampire cycles have been occurring. Okay. And this is what was creating the emotional storms. And then the exhaustion comes. Okay. Completely unaware of where the exhaustion is coming from, completely unaware of why you're so exhausted, why you're tired, who's depleting you, how often have they been depleting you, when did you start getting depleted, right? Or drained. And this has been a long journey for you guys. Okay. We have cloudy judgment. So they wanted you to be unaware of what was distorted in your energy, what was distorting your judgment. Okay. What was creating the illusions. And we have heart fog. They were creating mixed signals between your higher self, your spiritual team, and yourself. Okay. And there was issues with like messing things up. Okay. And not knowing whether you're not messing things up. Okay. There was issues there as well. Some of you, they could have did like with beauty here, they could have tried to mess up your beauty. All right. They could have did something to distort the way you perceived yourself. So there could have been a time frame where you started to, I don't know, for some reason, I'm not digging this hairstyle. I'm not digging like what I'm doing with my face. I'm not digging, I don't like this outfit. I just don't like how my body looks. I don't know what's wrong with me. In reality, they're picking you apart, by looking at your image, by lighting a candle, or just by talking crap about you. Like, I don't like their nose, or I don't like how they do their nails, and I don't like how they do this and that, really nasty energy. Again, let me go ahead and cleanse that up out of here, because that's gross. Okay, that's really gross. All right. They don't like the fact that you are charming. You're someone that, you are someone that can work the room, and they want to get you. They want you to stop. They don't want you to be in the spotlight. I'm going to say that again. You're someone that can work the room wherever the heck you enter. It doesn't matter if you're a social content creator. It doesn't matter if you're in the, you're performing on stage. It doesn't matter if you work for a company, if you're at the bottom of the company, or you own the company. You can work the room. You can make things shake and shift. And they hate that. They hate that they don't have the same essence as you. Okay. And so they are trying to mess with the attraction, because we have chemistry here. The fact that there was a period of time where like this was like lagging and pending, and my laptop completely, like, it just dropped. Like, it died out of nowhere. No confirmation. Okay. Like, no notification or anything like that. That also aligns with this reading. They tried to drain you so much that by the time that you realize, like, oh man, I don't have any energy, then you start looking around like, what the heck happened? Okay. So this is the type of energy that we're talking about right now. And all of that is going to be revealed. Okay. This is where the spark went, and it left. It kind of like disappeared, right? The passion disappeared. This is distortion that they were creating for you. Okay. What's in the bottom of the deck? We have rejection. And this is why they want you to be rejected. They don't want you to be accepted in a community. They don't want you to be accepted in the limelight. They don't want you to be accepted. They want you to be rejected just as they were. Okay. This is like somebody that feels really upset. This is somebody that has abandonment issues. This is somebody that could have been dismissed from your energy multiple times in cycle loops. Okay. Angel number 4422. Okay. And they have this like irrational fear of you winning, but it doesn't really matter what's happening with you. They have this like fear of them losing. The most thing that they really fear is them losing, but you're not in competition with this person. Okay, you're not in competition with this person. It just makes no sense. All right. What else do they need to know? Let's talk about like that someone who broke your heart. That ex that has been lingering in your energy, and why. All right, there it is. Boom. Illusions. Confusion. That's where it's coming from. That is where it is coming from. That's where it's coming from. And you weren't seeing this clearly, right? It's the same one that they either suffer from some sort of addictions, because addiction is coming up twice. Okay. So this could have been someone that is going through issues with being addicted to something, or addicted to you. All right. They have some sort of like irrational fantasy about you. They have this issue here of like escaping. Okay. We have Mars energy. That hot energy. Okay. Whenever this person's in your energy, you get like really overwhelmed, very hot, very uncomfortable. Okay. This person is still passionate over you. They still hold some sort of anger towards you, but they're still attracted to you. This is really wishy-washy energy. We have thoughts. They still think about you. All right. They themselves, whether it be their name or a memory, they themselves kind of try to enter your thoughts. In the period of time, I'm hearing the weakest time your third eye or your crown center would be is when this person comes in. This is how you know you need to work on your third eye or your crown center. That's how you would know. Like, okay, I'm starting to think about such and such. I got to do some third eye work. I got to do some crown chakra work. I may need to do another cleanse because this person's entering my energy. right? Making me feel trapped, or now I'm starting to overthink, or now I'm in my head about something. And that's when this person comes back in, because they love to operate out of fear. Okay. This is someone that will, maybe perhaps that's how they got you. Maybe that's how you guys started to date. All right. Or, start talking or whatever, because your situation could be different. But this is the person that like came into your life where, they could either cause the situation for you, or they entered your life when you were already going through a lot of stuff that created that fear and created like those trigger trauma responses and stuff like that. And the issues of having limitations of either not being able to be wanted or loved or cared for, and then they just took advantage of that, right? They were just so comfortable in the fact that you were in that negative mindset, that you were already overthinking. So because that was your normal state, they could immediately say, oh, you're just tripping, oh, you're just overthinking again, you're doing that thing, you're self-sabotaging. But in reality, they were cheating. In reality, they were trying to do things again, because this is talking about exposure. Okay, this is talking about something is being exposed. Whatever was hidden is coming out. Where did that conflict actually come from? Because I'm not beefing with anyone. Why does somebody feel the need to to compete with me? Why does someone feel the need to do these malicious things to me? Or with the Ace of Wands, that could even like throw some, like light a candle on me, or do manifest something negative for me, a negative outcome for me, or get some sort of justice on me. Like I didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So that is like something about like collateral damage, like somebody, and this is not even the ex now. I feel like this is like, again, that someone else that they didn't tell you about, that was tied to this. Okay, messing with your self-worth, your self-value, like things that you've already healed from. You get what I'm saying? Like, and now it's like reactivating those buttons, reactivating something within you that like it should have. Look, the key is in the reverse. Like they're not supposed to have access. You're not supposed to have, the door's not supposed to be open to you. Like we closed that a long time ago. So like, how are you doing these things? North node in the reverse, that's south node energy. That is a past life contract. You guys may need clarity on a past life contract with this particular ex. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it like that. You guys comment down below. Let me know if you guys want me to do a reading besides the money readings. That's going to be the next one. What other readings you guys want, because I'm seeing that truth energy. So you guys, I also did post the behind the scenes book of secrets. All right, so go check that out. And I will see you guys for the next check-in on Friday. Peace.